I'm going to be showing you how we are going to cut planner stickers using the xTool M1. We'll be using the xTool Creative Space software. In this blog post, you will find a set of free stickers at the very bottom of this page that I have given you. And if you don't want to use those stickers, then you can take one of the other many free stickers that I have on my site. So the first thing we need to do is we need to insert an image. If you're working with the xTool Creative Space, I'm going to go ahead and actually give you these 3 files already cropped and ready. But I want to show you if you are taking stickers from anywhere online, if you've drawn your own, if you've pulled images from a website, how you can do it yourself. So up here on the left-hand side, we're going to insert an image. We are going to find the sticker file that we want, and we're going to go ahead and work with our first page of our stickers. And I'm going to click open, and this will go ahead and place our sticker file onto the page. But I know that this is going to be too large, so I'm going to need to first crop it. So over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to click Edit Image. And I am just going to go ahead and click the little cropping tool. Do you see that up there in the right-hand corner? And I'm going to leave off all of my copyright information. It's okay. I understand if you're going to be cutting my stickers, you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to click the little check mark, and then you're going to click Save. And this will just ensure that it's the correct size, because with all blade cutting machines, there's only so much space that it can cut. And with my copyright, it goes just over that size. So I need to refresh and capture what is in my actual device, which I'm going to actually pause and show you now what it looks like in my device set up with my sticky mat on top of my base plate. So I've placed my sticker paper into my machine. I will note that what I've learned is you want to make sure that wherever you place it, when you set it up, you want to make sure that you're doing it the same place the next time. So I'm making sure that I'm placing mine in line with 29, and then over here I'm making sure it ends on 8, and I've placed it in line with my very bottom line. And so when I go to place on my stickers once they've printed, I want to make sure I place it in the exact same place the next time. I have my sticky mat on my base plate, which of course I took off the plastic carrier sheet on that side, and I've also taken it off on this side so that way that it would stick to my base plate and my sticker paper would place really nicely on my mat. Okay, so we've hit refresh, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to just make sure I place it somewhere here in the center. It will easily fit. Okay, so now we know that this is the correct size. What we need to do is we actually have to add outlines. Unlike with the silhouette or with the Cricut, when you put in a transparent PNG, it does not actually discover where your cut lines are. So I'm going to click on my image, and I'm going to go up here to where it says outline, and I'm going to come down. I don't want the inner outline, so I'm going to click that off. And I don't want an offset. If I was just going to pull an image that I've drawn or an image from the internet, I would probably want a white offset like a lot of standard stickers have. But for these planner stickers, they are the correct dimensions to fit inside of a classic happy planner. So I don't want them to have any sort of offset. So I'm going to go ahead and make my offset 0. It's going to take it a second to adjust, and then I will click OK. And now let me zoom in and I'll show you all of my cut lines. You can see them, they're blue, and they follow right along where I need them to follow. The next step is over on the right-hand side, we need to switch this from laser flat. We're going to go down to print and blade cut, which we probably should have done first, because as you can see, that definitely changed where that goes. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it over into the center. When you do that, make sure you select and take everything over if you've already done your outline, because they are 2 separate files. So like if I were to move this, you can see that's my outline, and it is not, we don't want to have those come away from each other. So I'm on print and cut blade. I'm going to do my material, We're going to go down and we're going to click white sticker paper, and we're going to use the settings that came with the machine. So now I want to pick my sticker paper, my outline. It's set to output. Okay, so we are actually ready to go. I'm going to click start, and that is going to be the first step where it's going to print. So let's click start. And now, as you can see, it's pulled up what it's going to look like. I'm going to click print. If you are using the sticker paper that comes with the machine, it is actually not US letter size, it is A4 size. So I have to go in here and make sure I change my paper size. If you don't see this, see this little hide details, you're going to click the show details button. And I'm going to go up and find A4, and I'm going to select my A4 size. Now, as you can see, it's telling me I have low ink. I know that I have enough for this print, so I'm going to be fine. I'm going to switch, though, from normal to best because I want to make sure that it prints the best possible print output that it can do. And now I'm going to go ahead and click print. And then I'm going to come show you what it looks like once I put my printed paper onto my machine. Okay, so I have my sticker sheet on. As you can see, I've made sure I'm still between the 29 and the 8, and I'm on my bottom line. It does print with registration marks, which is what it's going to look for here when I go to click my next step. I'm going to close this and it will refresh, and I'm going to show you the next steps on my computer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close my screen. It's going to ask to refresh. I'm going to click refresh. And it's going to recapture my image where I've now placed my stickers. After this, we're going to click the next button. And it recognized successfully. Now, before we go ahead and click start and do our cut, we are going to do framing. Framing is something that I do with everything with xTool. It's one of my favorite features because it makes sure that before you actually cut, you can see where it's going to be cutting. So I'm going to click framing here on my computer. Okay, so when we go to do framing, you're going to have this glowing light here on your machine, and you're going to push this, and then what's going to happen is it's going to show you where it will be cutting. So we're going to push this, and we're going to see where the light is to make sure it's following along the outer edges of where we want to be cutting. And it does look like it is falling within the lines of where we would like it to be cutting. Okay, now that I'm done framing, I'm going to hit framing complete. Because I liked where it looked like it was cutting, I can go ahead and hit start. But if I didn't, I could just hit back and then make sure that I fix everything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead on the right-hand side and click start. I'm going to show you a few seconds of what the cutting looks like, and then I'll show you the end product because I don't think you want to watch the entire cut process. Okay, my machine is ready for me to cut. The light is glowing, so I'm going to push this button, and then it will begin to cut. It'll change my blade settings for me so I don't have to do anything. And then it will go ahead and start cutting. It's looking great so far. I'll come back and show you the finished product. All right, so it took 1 minute and 56 seconds. Now that I'm done, I can click OK, and then I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so it's finished cutting. I'm going to go ahead and peel off one sticker just to show you guys what the final product looks like. So overall, I think it did a pretty good job. I would say it mostly got it perfect, my cut lines, except that down here at the bottom, it went a little bit further than I would have liked. So I'm just going to have to play around with that to get it a little bit more exact. But overall, I think it did a great cut for my first cut with the xTool M1. And I realized in my other clip, I did not show you that it's a Kiss Cut sticker. Okay, so that's how you make stickers with the xTool M1.